Yeah, do you want to do the introduction or should I?
You do it, nigga. This is your brainchild. I'm, I'm part of it, but nigga, this is your shit.
All right, so then I guess we can always like start off with me saying that this is the beard and clean and your beard and I'm clean.
Yes.
And we're going to just start off talking about the whole Me Too thing.
Yup.
Because honestly, in my opinion, it is getting a little bit out of hand. Like, the whole point of the whole Me Too thing was for women who've been sexually assaulted
Or victim of any sexual misconduct.
exactly, to like be able to speak out against it and get help and stuff like that.
Facts.
Now it's getting to the point where we're just hearing a bunch of homeman fuckery where there are people who are just saying it to say it now. Like, oh, some girl just remembered how the way she had consensual sex, but she didn't really like the consensual sex. So now she's considering saying, oh, yeah, I've been raped or something crazy.
Okay.
I think that's just dumb. I think it's cool that we have a movement for it and that we're sitting here and we're acknowledging it and we're trying to stop everybody that's bad from doing it. But it just gets really shitty once someone says, oh, it's Me Too, and it's not even a legitimate situation.
All right. So, what do we consider sexual misconduct or sexual assault?
From what I remember, sexual assault is basically when somebody touches you inappropriately.
Now, is that so? Do we restrict it to touching?
Sexual assault usually revolves around like physical contact. It's not restricted to touching,
Right.
but that's like how that's one of the forms of sexual like assault essentially.
Right.
Or sexual misconduct would usually be saying the wrong thing.
Sexual harassment. That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting at.
but you know the whole shit like shimbang doo-da-das all together. Sexual assault and sexual harassment is a no-go, and you're part of the Me Too if that's happening to you apparently.
Because, all right, sexual assault, and people don't like to admit this, right?
Yeah,
It's a giant gray area.
that's right.
Big gray area. It's never black and white. People tell me it's black and white. It's easy. I mean, and I could see from the viewpoint of somebody who's been victimized. I don't want to call people victims. People don't like to be called victims. People like the term survivor. So
I won't say who I blame, but I know who I blame.
In the strict definition of the term, someone does something to you, you're a victim. If you survive it, you are a survivor, but they're not mutually exclusive. But I've been told before, it is black and white. It's always clear. If it was always clear, I don't know why the legal process is always so convoluted and complex and lengthy. So it's not. It's fucking gray, nigga. But
I'll tell you right now, a lot of people are literally ruining the movement because sadly enough, I make little jokes about it.
yeah.
Like, if I'm alone with one of my friends, I'm not going to say who because it's not my business to disclose and make anyone else feel bad or feel uncomfortable for doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one of my friends touch my butt and I didn't say that they could. So after they touched my butt, immediately was like, me too.
Oh my God.
Just because people keep getting out of line with it. It's literally being abused. What else do you know that's like legitimately a thing, but it's being abused? Oh, for example, Black Lives Matter. A lot of people who scream Black Lives Matter, they're the same person who actually doesn't even care about other black people.
Facts.
Then you have people who try to defend themselves by saying all lives matter, which obviously it's supposed to be a response to Black Lives Matter saying that, oh, it's not as big of a deal as you're trying to like interpret it as.
Well, I mean, but all lives matter is a deflection, though.
It definitely is.
Because the point of Black Lives Matter is the fact that black people's lives, African Americans, whatever you want to refer to us as, it used to be Negro.
I'm going with black.
Yes, me too. Black people, our lives are treated as though we're cheaper.
Exactly.
True, right? Black Lives Matter is just like it. If we want to say what it literally is, it's like Black Lives Matter as much as anyone else's life.
Yeah.
Black people are equal.
Well, they should be.
No,
We are, but we don't. We're not.
we should be treated as such. All life is equal.
Exactly.
Human life. We're gonna focus on humans. Don't give a fuck about ants and shit.
No, Bull. Seriously, because I think it's funny whenever, people actually put dogs ahead of people. I love dogs.
Yeah, me too.
But then there's
I
always
personally like them better than people.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what's pretty funny? So I saw this one video. It blew my mind. I don't remember where it was, but there was a woman who called like the police.
Right.
Because a dog was literally like tearing off the front bumper of her car. So she did the right thing. She called the police.
Dog was on meth, nigga.
She called the police simply because she didn't know what else to do. This dog is vandalizing her property. Mm-hmm. Naturally, there's a whole different line of people that deal for animals.
Right.
But at this point, this dog is being aggressive. The police officer, the dog was not being aggressive. But you shouldn't approach the dog. Mm-hmm. So why shouldn't you approach the dog if the dog isn't being aggressive? So she's saying shoot the dog.
She said shoot the fucking dog?
Yeah, yes, she said shoot the dog. The dog's tearing off her front bumper.
All right.
And it's not even like doing it like in a playful way or like, she knows the dog. This is a random dog.
That nigga had rabies.
Something was wrong. I think what had happened was there was like a raccoon or something under the car. So the dog was trying to get the raccoon. Mm-hmm. Or it was like hiding behind the bumper.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But at the same time, to see that the dog is like vandalizing her car, and he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't approach the dog, but I can't shoot it because it's not being aggressive." What do you think that is? If a dog's tearing off the front bumper and it's supposed to be not aggressive, but you can't approach it, how does that all sound? What would you do if that was your car? The dog was tearing off the front bumper.
Oh, y'all better do something about the fucking dog, my nigga. What do you mean?
That's what she was saying.
She kind of OD'd saying shoot it.
No, because they wouldn't approach the dog.
They wouldn't approach it?
They wouldn't even approach the dog.
But where was animal control?
That's who they were suggesting that they have to call. But she's like, so you're just going to sit here and watch the dog vandalize my car. So would I be wrong? She asked this question, She was actually very like wise to the whole situation. I think she was pretty smart about it. Wow. She was like, so if I had a gun and I went inside my house and I got it and shot the dog, would I be wrong? And I think the officer said yes, she would be. And then she said, but the dog is vandalizing my property.
But okay, if me or you, and we're gonna bring it back full circle,
yeah, of course,
fucking Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go back to the Me Too thing.
If me or you were doing that, right?
That's right.
The cops would approach us, nigga.
That's right.
And we might fucking die.
Exactly.
We shouldn't. So all right, let's say dogs and humans are on a similar are similar value. I don't think they are.
Okay.
The cops are already treating the dog better than people.
That's right.
So
I can't disagree with that. They are.
They're already treating the fucking dog better than a human. At least better than one of me or you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Were they afraid to get bit?
Yeah, of course there's afraid to get bit. It's a fucking random dog. But at the same time, it completely defeats their current argument, which is we cannot shoot the dog. It is not aggressive.
The dog's aggressive.
Of course it is. Therefore, they can shoot the dog.
They could definitely shoot the dog. Yeah. But they don't want to shoot the dog. That's why
they don't want to shoot the dog.
They could have just said that.
Exactly. But then that'd be them not doing their job. That was the whole point. Because if they have a reason why they can't engage, then they're doing their job. After that, it's just calling animal control. Because you can't call animal control if the dog's attacking people. That's when you have to take matters in your own hands. I think this was like the sheriff department. So at that point, it was kind of like, if they attack you or me, I can shoot it. But since it's just destroying your car, and animal control.
I'm gonna just sit and let them fuck your shit up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I probably would have just got one of my knives because she obviously didn't have a gun. She was just, playing devil's advocate when she asked. I just got one of my knives and just went at it. I'd have took my chances because at that point, if I'm getting fucked up, the sheriff has to engage now.
Does insurance cover that? Well, it depends on her insurance plan.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think insurance does cover that. Think about it. How many?
That's got to be vandalism. If your insurance covers vandalism, then it would.
That's true. I mean, but would they call it vandalism? Oh, but we're getting completely off topic. So
whatever, niggas ramble. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Go off topic. Wait. All right. So what were you relating the situation with the dog to?
Oh, basically, just if I remember correctly, the reason why I brought up the whole dog thing was just because, from my understanding, it's people are getting out of hand with the Black Lives Matter thing, just like they got out of their hand with the Me Too thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like how the way that dog was acting up,
right,
and it should have received a repercussion for it. There's been plenty of times where there have been innocent black people who've been killed, and people are responding to that. But we're not really seeing it from the boys in blues perspective. And I don't really like viewing it from their perspective either, because I don't have really any good moments with the police. Like I don't recall any good moments with the police. But
I mean, you had a situation that was sketch.
Yeah, that's true. We did. And
our rights were violated.
Yeah, but at the same,
we had no reason to be stopped and talked to.
No, you're right. We did not. But the only reason why nothing happened was because we just complied.
Right.
Like, we knew that if it went any further than where it was going to, then we was just going to stop it right there.
Right. But, all right, so it's a slippery slope because people will say just comply.
Exactly.
But at what point does it become...
Will you stop having to comply?
Yeah, and then people who say comply are people who the police don't escalate situations with.
See, but what I'm trying to get at is that I've seen a reoccurring theme with just me and me not being the police. But since I was doing security, I wore a uniform that looked a lot like one of their police cadets, apparently, or something like that.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Yeah. So this one guy's parked in front of my house of residence, and his car was kind of sticking out. So I went over to the car, tapped on the glass, told him to roll down the window. This is me coming from my security job, so I look like the police apparently. And this dude looks at me, takes off his hat, throws it down, and just looks like he's upset that I'm asking him to put down the window. I didn't even say anything just yet. All I did was walk up to the window and ask him to put it down. Mm-hmm. So he's already giving me an attitude. Now imagine if I was the police. You think I'm going to handle this like an adult now because you're being a child?
I mean,
because now that's aggression.
I know. What I'm saying, but you're not a police officer.
Of course not.
If you are a police officer, you should be held to a certain standard.
That's true.
Your training should ensure that in high pressure situations or even medium, any kind of pressure, that you keep you keep a cool head.
Yeah.
And react rationally, not emotionally.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, that's easy to say.
Of course, yeah.
And
police are people at the end of the day.
You do get trained to do that. Like, I'm sure they get trained to do that as police officers. But that's not the only time that I had to experience someone giving me an attitude because I'm wearing a uniform. Mm-hmm. Blood in, blood out. Some people just be begging to die. Which I hate to say that because then it sounds like I'm just being an asshole.
But all right, check this, right?
Yeah.
People react that way because you have a uniform.
I'm aware of that.
Right. But why do you think they react that way because you have a uniform?
Because they probably have a bad history with people in uniforms.
Exactly.
But see, just like how the way...
That means that in that bad history might not be their fault. That could have been, they've been fucked with too many times.
That's true. But say it this way. If you come into the game with a bad attitude, right? Do you expect someone to give you a positive attitude when you're acting up a fool?
Of course not.
Exactly. So it's just going to escalate now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Is that you have people who will act a fool, get killed. I don't know who it is. I'm not saying that there are people that people have specifically pointed out and said, "Oh yeah, they they was innocent," and I'm saying that they're not. What I am implying is that there are some people out there who are gonna get shot, not because the police overreacted. It's because the people that they may have shot did something that they was not supposed to do.
Right. Okay. In what situation do you think it's reasonable for the police to use deadly force?
Honestly, I don't. Police should only be using deadly force when they legitimately are in danger.
In danger, or their life is in danger?
Their life is in danger. That's it.
All right. So if I say,
But at the same time, since because of my military background, there is a rule. There are rules of engagement. Right. If someone does not comply, you are able to engage and use deadly force.
Okay, okay. And you familiar with the phrase militarization of the police?
That's right.
Situations in which you use deadly force?
Yeah.
You'll likely be in some kind of combat zone.
That's right. But they also consider their situation as a combat zone.
Huh?
The police. Their territory with which they're supposed to roam is considered a combat zone.
Right. But not like a war zone.
Okay.
Because there's a reason military and police are kept separate.
That's right.
Because military deals with enemies of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And police are policing civilians. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm tracking.
Rules of engagement are completely different. Because if I'm in an active war zone, I kind of have to assume like anyone could be trying to kill me actively. Anyone could be a combatant.
Okay.
In civilization, it's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Police cannot have the same mentality military does. Because that's what martial law is. Like when military and police are the same thing, that is martial law.
Okay.
I told you about a coworker of mine who told me her experience in Kosovo when she came to America, right?
I don't recall.
Okay. So I'm not going to put her name, of course. I don't have to. She was from Kosovo.
Okay.
It was war-torn when she left.
Mm-hmm.
She came to America, settled in Newark, New Jersey.
That's right.
So she kind of starts by saying, she asked me this question, it was a crazy question. She said, "Do black people belong in prison?"
I remember you did tell me about this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
you did tell me about this.
So she's in a war-torn country.
Uh-huh.
And there's occupying forces in where she lives, right?
Yeah.
And she said, first of all, she said Newark was worse. Newark, New Jersey was worse.
Okay, yeah.
But then she went on to elaborate that the way black people were being treated by the police in Newark was like how the occupying forces were treating the people where she was.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So, of course, where we grew up,
yeah,
the police behaving in that manner seems, standard, normal.
Uh-huh.
That shit is not fucking normal, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm getting at?
No, I do. I understand what you're getting at.
So I'm saying...
Now, back to the engagement, yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, it seems like when police are dealing with certain people, it seems to be they're following rules of engagement that are similar to that of military in a war zone.
Yeah.
And that's not acceptable.
Of course it's not.
So, and I was saying, what constitutes deadly force being necessary, right?
So I remember there's this one time, and I don't remember exactly what it is, so I'm just going to tell you from what I do remember. There was a time where there was someone who was a licensed gun carrier,
Okay.
and he told the officer that he was armed, and I guess
This was a police shooting?
yes.
Philando Castile.
Maybe he was.
Black man?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that's Philando Castile.
I just want to make sure because, I don't want to say it's him and then it's not him. But, so.
It was caught on, his girlfriend got it on live.
I don't think it was that one. Because the one that I saw, it wasn't from her perspective. It was from the police car camera.
Well, yeah, they had both videos out.
Okay.
So she recorded it it's recorded and it was live.
Okay.
So a lot of people watched it live.
All right.
Well,
I do remember
she
that.
Got on, matter of fact, correction, she got on live right after they shot him.
All right, because I do remember that she was there, but I think there was a whole because there's a lot of them that are relatively almost the same. That's why I'm saying I'm not sure if that's the one, but it could be.
Okay.
Basically, said that he was a licensed to carry person, and he was carrying, and I guess the cop said, "Don't reach for it."
Okay.
And it's not that he was reaching for it, but he was reaching.
Right.
That's considered not complying.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what you're reaching for. If a cop says do not reach for anything, that means do not go anywhere in your pockets. They should be able to see your hands. So it's a matter of miscommunication. I'm not excusing the fact that this dude got lit the fuck up. I'm just saying that there are times where people get shot just because it's a miscommunication.
Okay, but
still wrong.
Okay.
Definitely 110% fucking wrong.
All right, that's what I want to establish.
Yeah, I'm not excusing it at all.
Yeah.
It's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to remember we actually need to learn from this fucking situation.
Right.
We need to see that example and say that we are not going to put ourselves in that same situation. That's why I brought up, by the way, that people act toward me wearing a security guard uniform needs to fucking stop. You need to stop giving them attitude. I understand if you had bad experiences, but what is you giving attitude going to do for you later on?
Because I don't ever know the details of these situations, right?
Yeah.
If you put it like that, you are a police officer, and a person you know who told you they have a gun is reaching for something when you told them not to.
That's right.
Let's say the situation is that clear cut.
Yeah.
You can make the argument that his life is in danger. If that is indeed the situation, full scope of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was all I knew about it was because on the video camera, he said, don't reach for it. I said, don't reach. And he pulled out his gun and fired several times. So the cop just literally, the second he saw him still reaching for whatever he's reaching for, which clearly he wasn't reaching for his gun. But what are you to think as a cop in a situation where someone tells you you have a firearm, you say, don't reach for it. Mm-hmm. And they're still going. They're not stopping. So you don't know this person, so you're just going to react.
Right.
Again, I'm not excusing you at all. Mm-hmm. That was overreacting. If at the distance that the cop was at, he didn't have to pull his firearm. He could have easily, all right, remember when we was watching Goon? Mm-hmm. How the way they grab their arm to prevent them from doing things?
Yeah.
He could have easily had reached into the car and stopped him from grabbing whatever he was grabbing.
Okay. So you're getting to my next point, right?
Yes.
I'm going to state it simply, then say what I'm actually referring to. Mm-hmm. Police should be elite motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Police should be their training should be OD. It should be something like Spartan shit. So the police are, and just the way policing is done, the whole process, I just think it just all needs to be revamped. For one thing, I think people should, I feel like it should be civic duty, as in, how you were chosen for jury duty.
Yeah.
I feel like, and you usually do jury duty within more or less your own community. Or I think it should be, at least. You should be judged by a jury of your peers. That's in the Constitution.
Yep.
I feel like you live in a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
You should be chosen at random to police the area that you're familiar with, where you either grew up or live, where people know you, they know your face, they've seen you around.
That's right.
You're chosen because a nigga from West Roxbury shouldn't be policing a Mattapan. I always say that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not familiar with the culture of the people you're policing.
And even if you are, you don't fucking belong there.
Right. So even and let's say we don't even do it that way, right?
Yeah.
You don't even police within your community. There should be something where you're a new police officer and you're going to be in a certain area or sector or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You should be going around getting familiar with the neighborhood and the people.
Yeah.
Just like maybe do some shit where you're going door to door. I'm going to be the new police officer in this area. I'm just introducing myself. Maybe we have some kind of community function where everyone's invited to meet the new fucking police officer. Some shit like that.
Yep.
Because one thing I'll tell you about, and this is the issue in like problem neighborhoods.
Keep talking. I'm gonna grab my water.
Here's the issue in problem neighborhoods. When people do not trust the police, who's the highest authority?
Yeah.
Who's the next higher authority after the law?
After the law. Wait, isn't it the citizens?
Huh?
Isn't it the citizens?
No, it's criminals.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right. That was stupid.
When people aren't going to trust the police, the next highest fucking power in the community is going to be criminals.
This is true.
That's why after shooting, niggas don't want to talk.
Yeah, because they're the ones who have all the guns.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in in Boston, where we live in a liberal state of Massachusetts, and Boston in particular is not friendly to gun owners. Citizens are not encouraged to legally possess firearms.
Oh yeah, of course not. The wait was long as hell.
Right.
And then on top of that, you're gonna get restrictions.
Exactly.
And it's funny because it's like they'll restrict even people that they probably shouldn't be restricting.
So there's probably gun owners in this area, right?
Ding.
Right. But the gun owners in this area, most of which do you think own their guns legally?
No.
So
Of course not.
criminals.
Yeah, of course not.
Criminals have the guns.
Yeah.
So the police have guns, criminals have guns. People don't trust the police. Criminals rule the fucking streets.
Yeah, ultimately.
People aren't going to talk to the police, trust the police. That's why
true.
that's why you see in our communities people adopting codes like stop snitching, not cooperate with the police, even if they're not criminals.
Yeah, of course not.
Because now they're not abiding by the law of, our city, state, nation, whatever. They're abiding by the law of the fucking lawless.
Well, if we're being realistic, they don't make it easy to abide by the laws either. Because you could go tell them that something happened and then they won't do shit.
Right.
All right. Well, let me not say that they won't do shit exactly, but from my experience, they haven't done anything. Like, I know sometimes when the police got called and nothing happened.
I was a victim of a crime at one point.
Okay.
Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I never told you I was robbed.
Oh, yeah, you told me you was robbed.
Yeah.
You made it sound like you got, like, body snatched or something.
Nigga, if I was robbed, I was a victim of a crime.
No, you're right. But when I hear victim of a crime, I'm thinking, like, you getting, like, fucking hogtied and shit. Or I'm thinking, like, motherfuckers stabbed you or something crazy.
Because you wouldn't have known that, nigga.
That's my point. Like,
anyway,
if it was that serious to call yourself a victim of a crime.
That's what it is, man.
I know that's what it is. But when you say it like that, it has, like, that drama effect where you just, like, feel for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's kind of like someone saying, oh, someone touched me the wrong way, man. And you hear it just stop right there. Like I told you about how the way someone touched me the wrong way, right? And then you'd be like, wait, what?
This is going way too far.
Well, I mean, I'm bringing it back full circle. We was talking about Me Too originally.
Yes, we were. Yeah, I was When I was 12, I was robbed. Called the police. Did a police report.
Yep.
Police report was fucked up. 2 niggas robbed me, and the description for one of them that I did not give was that one of them was blonde. I never said anyone had blonde hair. Not to say black people can't have blonde hair.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking say that. And I don't know why. If I tell you someone is a light-skinned black male, you're going to put blonde. Which kind of almost led me to believe, and not to be a conspiracy theorist, that they fucked the police report up on purpose so they wouldn't have to look for... They could have an excuse to not look for who the fuck did it, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, sometimes the police don't do their job.
There was one time, I think, when I was when I was in high school, someone had stolen my friend's bike, and we just wanted to go find those guys. Mm-hmm. But my friend's mom said, just call the police or go tell the police. Mm-hmm. So, we all respect his mom, so we was like, fine, whatever. So we go to the police, and they don't do anything. And this is after we seen the dudes, and I mentioned that they had the bike, and then he said, "Oh, you will get clapped on."
Whoa! Oh,
so
okay.
I told the police, yeah. So yeah, I told the police, yo, they said that they was gonna clap on us.
That's a terroristic threat.
But see, it was funny.
Yeah,
when we had said how the way that they had stole his bike, they basically was like, "Oh, well, they can't do nothing about that."
You will get clapped on.
I was like, "All right, they stole."
Told me about this. What about this?
So then I was like, "All right, so they stole his bike and they threatened me." And then he's like, "What did they say to you?" I was like, "He told me I was gonna get clapped on." I was like, "That's not a threat." Are you fucking serious?
Well, see, no, he knows what that means.
And it was a black guy.
He knows what that means.
He was one of those get out niggas because he legit was like, "Oh, that's not a threat." Like, what do you mean that's not a threat? You know what that means?
You don't get clapped up, nigga.
And then when he kept insisting that it wasn't a threat, I was like, "Okay, so clapped on means," because I was being a dick. I was like, "Clapped on means you will get shot," because he was being a retard.
And what did he say?
He kept insisting it wasn't a threat.
Okay.
So he was literally being one of the get out niggas.
You will get clapped on.
I literally was like, all right. In my mind, I was like, all right, can we get a real black guy that's a cop over here?
I mean, it's not literally saying we're gonna shoot you, but it's as clear as you could get with not literally saying the shit.
Yeah,
you will get. What the fuck could that possibly mean?
Of course, that's a threat. So now I know that if I want to threaten someone, that I'm going to shoot them with my gun. All I have to say is you'll get clapped on. Because you want to know what his excuse was?
What?
That wasn't a threat.
What?
He said that they did not say that they was gonna do it.
Oh. So
that's what Boston police said to me.
So if I say you will get shot, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because that's what they told me. So remember that.
I wonder if someone could say that to them. I wonder if someone could say that to.
Right.
I wonder if someone could say. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the statement, the full statement.
No, you're right. But what if someone said to one of them? Would they then imply that that means you're gonna shoot me? Because I think it means very clear what's gonna happen after that very moment is that you will get shot. I think that's pretty clear.
All right. So we were talking about before we got into all this is good shit.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
I'm gonna turn your mic up a little because I feel like yours is down a lot more than mine, or I'm just being loud as fuck. Go ahead, you can start talking.
I mean, you naturally talk louder than me.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to. But yeah, we're talking about with Black Lives Matter, people basically not empathizing with police.
Oh, now I feel like I put you too loud. Hold up. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're talking about people not trying to see things from police perspectives.
That's right.
So now let's bring that back to the Me Too movement.
That's right.
Now, with the Me Too movement, because that must relate in some way how with so-called victims and victimizers.
Uh-huh.
It seems like with the Me Too, one of the problems most critics of the Me Too movement have is that it's almost an attack on men. That's what some people are saying.
No, it ultimately is because now it's literally coming from we're talking about things that happened 13 years ago, maybe even 16 years ago, and people are coming out now saying,
way longer than that.
Yeah, but I'm
Sometimes
just
30 years ago.
yeah, but ultimately it's all
It almost started with Cosby.
all right. But we all know that nigga did it.
Huh? Huh?
We all know that nigga did it.
I'm just saying. Cosby was the first.
He's paying for it now with his eyes too. God is just taking the fuck out of his eyes.
Stop. Jesus, man. Nah, but it
Sorry,
started with him.
That's just
Like,
funny.
A bunch of people being like, "This nigga did that shit to me." Mm-hmm. It started with Cosby.
Yeah.
And when did that start? Like 2015.
Did it start 2015? Yeah, I think it did.
It's been a couple years, but now we're seeing like
Everybody coming out the woodworks.
if you were a famous nigga at some point,
Yeah.
and you even possibly did some foul shit,
Yeah,
niggas are telling on you.
that's true. I'm actually a little bit surprised too, like, because if that was me, I'm not even gonna lie. If someone ever said that I touched them the wrong way, I'm not confirming that. There's some dudes that actually was like, oh yeah, I actually do recall doing something of the nature. Like, I'm not. You're not gonna hear me say anything about it because first of all, that was years ago, and second of all, even if I did do it, I probably don't even remember.
Nigga, if you what?
Even if I did do it, I probably don't even remember.
It depends on what you did.
But see, that's the thing. If we're gonna be like on the record, I haven't done anything.
Right.
But if someone were to ever accuse me, I would never acknowledge it because I wouldn't even remember the shit.
Right.
Like there's for these guys to actually be sitting here and being like, oh, I remember doing that. It's just like, are you serious? Are you sure you remember doing
a nigga
that?
like Cosby,
He's different.
why? What do you mean?
He has bodies on top of bodies.
I'm saying if anyone could say I don't remember, that nigga could be like, because he was accused of like 50 different women or some shit. That nigga could be like, I don't remember any of those. Cause that's a lot of shit to remember.
All right.
If you were just constantly like,
no, you're right. That's a lot.
if he was constantly drugging bitches,
yeah, yeah.
you're not out of 50. You're not gonna. You might remember 10 clearly,
Yeah, you're right.
and that's assuming you have a decent memory.
And I just
You have a great memory. Maybe you remember like 20.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm only laughing just because there's been so many memes, and I keep thinking about like the funny things at the worst times possible. Like, I have one on my phone. I don't even want to look at it right now because I'm gonna start bursting out laughing.
Nah, man.
And it's bad enough that I'm already laughing while talking about this.
I mean, no, nigga. See, all right, and here's a quick aside.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers get on Dave Chappelle about this shit. He's a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
His fucking job is to make light of serious situations.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't care when it's a healthy coping mechanism.
Of course it is.
It's a healthy coping mechanism to joke about things that are serious. Or else it'll fucking kill you. And people find it offensive. It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Homicide police detectives.
Yeah.
They make jokes at a crime scene.
Yeah.
If they didn't, they'd go crazy. They would go crazy. The shit they saw day to day would destroy their fucking soul. I worked in mental health in a group home.
Yeah.
If sometime me and my coworkers didn't joke about the shit that happened, the completely like outrageous shit we seen and heard, we'd go crazy. And sometimes it's still not enough to just joke about it. It takes a toll on you. Without that, fucking nah, man. You need to keep a sense of humor about all this shit. That's just a public service announcement. So y'all niggas stop acting like pussies out there. All right, Tupac voice.
All right, and honestly, but we keep jumping off the handle like to other like avenues.
No, yeah.
No, but I'm glad we are because now we're like covering everywhere that we want to be at. But overall, we've gone all around the Me Too thing. Just for me to say that no one can jump on Wendy Williams for having her opinion about being tired about the Me Too movement. Some people, are obviously upset that she said that, but what was you said she was? She just isn't articulate.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to fucking say things in a way that makes people fully understand and give context to what the fuck she's talking about. She's a fucking dummy. I understand what her actual thought was,
Yeah.
or I think I do.
Uh-huh.
I think she's just saying, like, the Me Too movement has led. The Me Too movement in itself is not a bad thing.
Of course.
It's
That's
giving
great.
a voice to victims.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
I've had people close to me who have had terrible things happen to them.
Yep.
And it's
Oh, God, me too.
And it's heartbreaking that happens to any person,
It's
male or female.
Yeah, it really is like very heartbreaking. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a few friends who like told me that something happened to them, and when it did, it literally like broke my heart. Like I lost some air hearing them
You
tell
want to
me.
cry.
Yeah.
So don't get the idea niggas aren't sympathetic about that shit. But yeah, no. But what I was saying about Wendy Williams, no, she's not articulate.
Yeah.
What I feel like she was trying to say
Sure.
was that the Me Too movement has helped lead to people who are not real victims.
That's what she was saying.
People who are not real victims using the Me Too movement to for financial gain. And like specifically, you accuse someone and they settle out of court, or you accuse someone and then you file a civil lawsuit against them. Or people who just, I mean, in like today, attention is the new currency. Some people don't want money. Some people just want to say, "Hey, look at me."
This is true.
And and Me Too is a great way to get people to look at you.
Yeah. Right now, I'm looking at like because I googled Wendy Williams Me Too just to see if there's like any like current updates.
Right.
And there really isn't. Like the last update, which was about a day ago, there's two. One says Wendy Williams says she's sick of the Me Too movement, and the other one says Wendy Williams is under fire for saying she's sick of the Me Too movement.
But see, and those fucking headlines are for clicks.
Yeah, of course. And honestly, I think it's pretty funny how the way people are like staring at that, and they're probably looking at it and saying, "Wow, she really said that." But she's really just saying she's tired of, motherfuckers lying and shit. It's making people who don't do anything look like fucking monsters.
Here's why this bitch should shut the fuck up. She just didn't.
She didn't say it properly.
If you're a media personality in 2018, you have to be aware that you may say something and someone's going to take the easiest soundbite that's going to get
you in trouble.
The biggest headline.
Yeah.
And that will be used against you.
Yeah.
If you're in the media, you should just always behave like you're in an interrogation room sometimes. Yeah. If you don't care, you don't care.
Yeah. Ultimately, if you don't care, you don't care.
Nigga in an interrogation be like, nigga, I shot him. Like, you want me to show where the body's at? No. So if you don't care, but I'm just saying, just know anything you say can and will be used against you.
No, you're right. Honestly,
so bitch, just shut the fuck up. I'm tired. I just don't like that bitch. So even though I don't like, I'm not gonna like, I'm not flaming her ass for like feeling how she feels. Yeah. Bitch, you should have shut the fuck up, and you always should have shut the fuck up. You've been talking too much for over 20 years now. Bitch, shut up, bitch.
Yeah. All right. So you already know, because you already knew he was gonna take this dark turn. You know what I'm about to ask now.
I don't know. Ask me.
As long as you know me. Okay. You know I'm about to ask. The way Wendy Williams looks right now, would you?
So you haven't even seen the bikini pictures?
No, I have.
No, nigga. She's a mess.
Oh, man. That's all I wanted to ask.
What's she shaped like? She's kind of shaped like a street light or some shit.
Oh, man.
Like the way that she just has no kind of ass, her legs just go up to her back, and then she just got big ass titties. Like
yeah, because they're fake.
She's like a street light or a lamp or like some shit like that. Like
she kind of looks like if you were to like tape up two fucking blow pops, and just like slightly bend it at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. she's shaped like fucking. She kind of looks like Jar Jar Binks, bro.
Eesh.
Lies?
Damn, that's foul. That's foul.
Lies or facts?
Oh, that's foul as fuck.
I just thought about. I was just like, yo, what does she look? She kind of looks like Jar Jar, like her face, not even her body, her face.
A smidget, yes. Yeah. A smidget. It's definitely the illest midget. She definitely does.
Nigga, bitch look like Jar Jar.
The illest midget. I'm mad you did that because you know a fucking Star Wars connoisseur, so I'm mad you said Jar Jar Binks.
Niggas are gonna, if niggas hear this, they're gonna take a picture of Wendy Williams and Jar Jar and go see it.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of hope people do that. Just
I might do that myself. Fuck that.
if you do that, you fucked up. I mean,
No, I'm not.
granted, you started it, so if it
I don't give a fuck. Wendy Williams said Tupac got raped in jail. Where's your proof? The bitch told everybody that Method Man's wife had cancer. People in her own family didn't even know that shit. Wendy Williams does the most. I don't give a fuck. Every time 50 Cent like shits on her, it makes me so happy. God bless 50 Cent, nigga.
Yeah, man, I love 50. 50 is fucking hilarious.
That's my
I don't even care like the moments when he like gets under fire for like messing up. Like that one time he made fun of that one kid at the airport. Yo. That was funny. Like, all right, it was funny.
No,
it was funny. It was funny to the degree.
It's
that,
funny until you find out the dude actually had issues.
Nah, not even just that. I'm saying it's funny that they really try to give him flack for that. Like, how the fuck would he have known that?
I guess the main point you shouldn't just be fucking with random people.
No, they're right. You shouldn't be fucking random people, but at the same time, it's just like, are you serious?
It's 50 Cent though. 50 Cent like made his name as like a bully. Like he was a street bully, then he became a rap bully.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I still don't believe they should have gave him flack for that. Only because I feel like there was a different way they could have handled it. Like, all right, you didn't have to go to the news and then have them try to slander the shit out of him because it made your son feel bad. If anything, there could have been a way for you to contact 50 Cent's people and let him know, hey, what you did was fucked up because there's actually something going on with my son. He actually is handicapped.
I don't even think the nigga was handicapped. I forgot what, like maybe he had like social anxiety or some shit.
Hold on. Let me actually like look it up real quick.
Googles. Do your Googles. I don't know. Maybe he was on the spectrum. Maybe that counts as a disability. I should know this. I'm in mental health. It definitely counts as a disability if you're on the autism spectrum.
He was autistic.
He was?
He was autistic.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what happened.
To be completely fair, this is gonna sound fucked up. Jesus. No, I'm not gonna say it.
All right.
Because it's not gonna sound right.
Yeah, you're good. You don't have to say it. I'll tell you right now, we've already said like as much fucked up shit as we possibly could.
Not as we possibly could.
Well, yeah, we could have said way much worse, but I think we've hit all bases.
Yeah, fuck it, nigga.
Yeah, I think we're good for right now, and this is the Beard and Clean over in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We're in the city capital right there, and you can't get any closer.
You're